Pradeep Hotchandani, Head Research at Prudent Broking Services, joining us from Ahmedabad. Pradeep, thanks so much for being with us at NDTV Profit. Quite a weak day for the markets today. Stocks like ONGC have corrected quite a bit, nearly 4% down. Do you have a view on ONGC? Do you think it is broken down? What levels will be the ones to watch out for?
Hi, good afternoon. Talking about ONGC, it had a very good run if you take last couple of months. And after this good run up, it was very close to very important resistance levels on its monthly charts. If you take entire correction from June 2014, then it went all the way to kind of 470 kind of levels to 187 in February 2016. So if you take this entire fall, the 38.2% retracement level of this entire fall comes to around 296, and that is where precisely it has taken resistance. So I think 296, 297 is a very crucial resistance area that needs to be taken out for the fresh up move. For the time, it needs to consolidate the gains made over past couple of sessions, a couple of months. I think on the way down to 260 is the very decent support in the short term. So I think this is a normal retracement after a steep run up. And once 296, 297 is cross on the upside, then we can talk about higher levels. But for the timing, it's consolidation time for ONGC.
All right. Any view on Aurobindo Pharma? From the pharmaceutical space, this is a company where on the fundamentals we've always heard about good approvals coming through. On the charts also, till recently it was looking decent. Some people giving targets of even 900 rupees a share. Today it slipped below 800 rupees a share. Do you think it is broken down? Can it head for lower levels, or do you think it could head back up and reach those 900 rupee a share levels?
So in previous shows, we had mentioned that 890 is a very crucial resistance for Aurobindo Pharma. That was the top made in January 2016, and it was always, expected that it will find very tough resistance closer to that. And recently, after touching a high of 882, it reversed. So that resistance has prevailed. So 890 is a very crucial resistance which needs to be taken out for the further up move. Talking about support levels, it's now after this fall of last 2-3 weeks very close to its 200 DMA, which is placed around 768. So I think it will try to find some sort of support around that. So basically, you will now watch out for a range between 760 to around 890, and we will have to wait for this range to be taken out for taking a fresh view.
All right, so that's the call coming in on Aurobindo Pharma. What do you do with stocks like Dish TV? Post its earnings, this one has been falling steadily. Recently, we heard some guests say that it has good support around 85-90 levels. Do you think that's a good time to buy, or could this fall even further?
So here also we have been of clear opinion that the stock is in a tight consolidation phase where 105 to 107 is the tough resistance area, and 86 on the way down is the big support area. So this is the range which the stock has been stuck over last couple of months. So now after being resistance near the resistance area of 106, the stock is now coming close to the support area. So still we think that 105 to 86, this 20 rupee band is still working as a consolidation phase, and this needs to be taken out for distribution to make a fresh. So I think he was holding can continue to hold with stop loss of 86. Fresh position we added only up.
Right, Pradeep, what do you do with some of these mid-cap textile names that have done very well, be it Raymond, be it Arvind? They're not really falling sharply. Do you think they offer a good opportunity, or should one wait for a correction? Because they've run up a lot. But like some other stocks, frontliners like ONGC or even others like Syntex and Voltas that have corrected, these stocks haven't corrected much. What's your call on these two stocks, Arvind and Raymond?
So on a larger scale, they continue to look good, but in talking specifically about Raymond, it has made a negative divergence on the daily charts. So in the short term, I expect some sort of consolidation or correction where the stock can correct around 5 to 10%. But on larger time frame, it continues to look good. So this, if any correction comes of 5 to 10%, as I mentioned, that should be seen as an accumulation opportunity. On the contrary, Arvind continues to look good on all the time frames. So here also, I would continue to be bullish on from medium to long term perspective. It has recently broken out of its upward sloping trendline resistance which was placed around 390. So I think 450, 460 kind of levels cannot be ruled out in Arvind. So here also, if any correction comes along with the market, that should be seen as an accumulation opportunity.
What do you do with stocks like Just Style that completely underperform in all time frames and get sold into at whatever pullbacks happen? Do you think this will break down even further? It's come off a lot from levels of 900 or so, or does it now offer a good opportunity to buy?
So it's still an avoid, and that has been the case for quite some time. I think 375, which was the bottom made in February 2016, I think it is very likely that the stock can retest those levels, and it will be a gradual grind down kind of situation. So still we would continue to avoid the stock, and I think 375 is a level where it can try to find some sort of bottom, but it still continues to be sell on rallies.
Any view on some of the consumer names like Havells or Voltas or even Crompton?
So Havells had a decent run up, and on a weekly time frame it made a negative divergence. So we were expecting some sort of consolidation. Here I think it has got a decent support around 375 to 380 region, where the long-term investor can get back into the stock. On a longer time frame, still the stock continues to good look, but some sort of consolidation, as I mentioned, was required after a steep run up. Same is the case with Voltas. The stock had a decent run up over last couple of months, and then it was looking tired on weekly charts. Here also I think a correction can take the stock to around 350, 360 kind of levels, where one long-term investor can start accumulating the stock again.
Okay, Pradeep, what would be your top picks? What is your stock strategy now?
So mid-cap pharma is our preferred area. Glenmark is one stock which we are recommending to our clients. Here we have a target of around 1250, which we think the stock can achieve over next 8 to 10 months. The stock currently is trading around 940. We are asking our clients to accumulate the stock till 865. Another stock we like is Indiabulls Housing. Housing finance is the space which we have been liking, and I think it can significantly outperform benchmark indices over next 8 to 10 months. Here also we are asking our clients to accumulate the stock between current level to 750, and we are expecting a target around 1080 over next 8 to 10 months. And last stock I would mention is Automotive Excel, which belongs to auto ancillary space. This is another area, auto ancillary, which we have been liking, and we think it can continue to do well over next 8 to 10 months. Here we have a target price of around 1020. Time frame will be again around 8 to 10 months.
What do you do with stocks from the capital goods names like L&T and BHEL?
So L&T is clearly in a consolidation phase over last 3 to 4 months. In July it touched a high of 1615. Now it's very close to its 34-week moving average, which is placed around 1420. So I think it has a very good support around these levels, and one can, long-term investor can definitely continue to hold the stock, and somebody who wants to get in, these are very good levels to get in. BHEL I think is still in a medium-term to long-term downtrend. It is still trading below its long-term resistance areas. I think we would advise avoiding BHEL in capital goods space, and L&T would be our preferred bet in this space.
Alright, so prefer L&T over BHEL. Pradeep, stay with us. There's just about a little more than a minute left for the markets to close. And it's been a very weak day in step with what we've seen across Asia. Selling pressure across the board for our markets. SBI down 3%, Hindalco flat, ONGC down 4%. So lots of selling pressure coming through in a number of the marquee names on the index. Bank of Baroda down 3.5%, Idea Cellular down 3%, Adani Ports down more than 1%, but still closing above 300. Tata Motors down 3%, ITC down 1%, Tech Mahindra down 0.5%, Tata Motors down 3%, Coal India down about 0.5%. M&M had a good run after it came out with its October sales numbers, where tractors division saw a very good jump, up 3%. Infosys is now closing in 3 digits. Its closing is going to be below 1,000 rupees a share. a cut of about 1%. Tata Power seeing a cut of 1%. Bharti Airtel down 2.5%. Ambuja Cements down 2%. HDFC down at 1,407 rupees. HDFC Bank down percent. Reliance seeing a big cut of 2.5%. 1,024 is where it's trading. BPCL down 2.5%. Wipro down 0.5%. TCS down 2% plus. HUL still managing to close in the green with a gain of about 0.5%. Orbital Pharma down 2%. 790 is where it's trading. HCL Tech down 1%. L&T down 1%. Z is now at 500 rupees a share, seeing a significant correction over the last few days. Asian Paints down 1.5%. Grasim down 3%. Cipla down 2%. Lupin down 1%. So lots of selling pressure coming today. On the Nifty, let's see what the run rate was when it comes to the gainers. I think only 5 or 6 stocks managed to close the day in the green today. Amongst the biggest losers, of course, ONGC down 4%, ICICI, Bosch, all of them seeing losses. In fact, in the end, only 6 stocks in the Nifty 50 managed to close in the green, and all the other stocks were in the red. So this pessimism and negativity was spread across the board, even in the broader markets, where we saw a lot of correction coming through, especially in some of the high beta names from the real estate space, where a lot of selling pressure kept building up. We have Pradeep with us still. Pradeep, some of the PSU bank stocks saw big cuts, Bank of Baroda, SBI. Do you think that they offer any buying opportunities in the near term?
So yeah, you are right. Many of the PSU counters suffered big cuts today, and those were coming with very huge build-up on the F&O side as well. So I think the fall can continue over here because we had seen a very steep run-up over last couple of months in this PSU stocks, and most of them were very close to their important resistance levels on their weekly and monthly charts. So apart from SBI, we don't like any other PSU name. We think that still they are on a larger scale, in larger time frame, they are still in a downtrend. So State Bank is something which we would be comfortable accumulating at lower levels, but we would avoid other PSU names.
All right, Pradeep, do you have any view on Ujas Energy? This stock is up 40% in this week, and the markets have not gone anywhere or weakened. Any view on this stock?
So yeah, stock, despite steep run-up, continues to look good. I think 42 is the target which we have been working with ever since the stock broken out on its weekly chart above 27. So here I would advise somebody who's holding can continue to hold with a trading stop loss. I think 36 is a decent support on the very short-term charts. So that would be the immediate support with the stop loss of which one can continue, and 42 would be the major target.
Right, and any view on some of the real estate names like Indiabulls Real Estate or HDIL, which also saw cuts of 3% today?
So in the real estate space, we continue to like Nesco and Godrej Property and something like Oberoi Realties. So these three are the names which will be comfortable buying on any decline. We would avoid other real estate names.
All right, Pradeep, thank you so much for speaking with us at NDTV Profit, giving us your views on all the stocks that we've discussed today.